Edits is an app that was created by Meta. I highly recommend using this app when you're going to be posting reels or videos to either Instagram or Facebook. It's an app they created. They have said it doesn't matter what tools you use to edit your apps or you edit your videos in, but I still think that this is a really good one. So let's go ahead and we will dive right in. So first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and get into the app. And once you are in there, you will see your project screen. You hit the little plus sign, which will start a new video. You can actually record the video straight from there if you would like to. But the other option is to hit gallery, where you're going to see videos you already have or fit photos as well. You can use pictures too. So I just made some B-roll of me working. So I'm going to go ahead and select that video. And I need to first cut it because I had to put the phone up, I hit record, and then I had to get sat down and like get organized and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my finger to move over to the right until I get to a point where I am comfortable with where I want to start. So right now, nothing is highlighted, but you can see the white bar of where we are kind of in this time of the video. So I'm going to tap it. It turns yellow. Remember, yellow means you can now edit it. When I do that, my menu at the bottom changes, and I'm going to hit split. When I hit split, I now have two videos. I'm going to click on that first one because that's what I do not want, and I'm going to go ahead and hit delete on the bottom. So then I'm going to go ahead and scroll, and actually I don't like where I started, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to split it here instead, delete that one. All right, and so I'm still not loving this because I'm not actually working it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and split it here and delete it. Now, let's say I delete it and I'm like, oh, I actually wanted that one. Right below the photo, you will see two arrows. One's pointing left, one's pointing right. That left one is the undo button. So if I click that, it'll bring it back. But I do, in fact, want that to be gone. So I'm going to make it go away again. And then I've got me. I'm working. Still not loving all of this. So I'm going to go ahead, finally find where I want to cut it. And I'm going to keep going. I'm doing some typing. And then I want to go ahead and I don't want this video to be super long. So I'm going to go ahead and probably right now I'm at 30 seconds. I think I only want it to be about 35 seconds. So you can see right below the frame where we're at. So I'm at 36. Good enough. I'm going to split it and I'm going to go ahead and delete that last part. So it's yellow, hit delete. Now I want to make sure there's no background noise. I've got my fan going. I'm clicking. I was kind of talking to myself. So again, I'm going to make sure it's yellow and then you'll see volume at the bottom. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way to 0 and the check mark, and that part is done. So now what I would like to do is I'm going to add a little bit of text. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't want to have it be yellow anymore because now I have a different menu at the bottom and you'll see a text button. And I'm going to do POV for point of view. And I'm going to put being a solo. Actually, I'm going to put point of view. You don't like the sound of your voice, comma, so you make B-roll video instead. Okay, so I've got my text on there. Now you're going to see above it, there's a bunch more options. So I'm going to click the big A, little a, and that's going to give me options of like font. So I like bold fonts. It makes it a little bit easier to read. So let's go ahead and go with modern bold. Next one is a color palette. Of course, I'm going to choose pink because that's my color. The next one is an A with 3 lines to the left. These are the animations. I do like having these. It just makes it a little more dynamic. I'm always kind of a big fan of typewriter, so maybe we'll go with that. Actually, I'm going to go with reveal. That one's a little bit different, so let's do that. And then the next one is an A with 2 like little stars on the right. These just help make the text pop a little more. It's a few other things you can do. I'm going to go ahead and go with shimmer because I like to shimmer. So let's do that one. And then the last one is a white box with an A. This is just going to give it a back glow, which I like to have as well. Now, the tricky part with this is when I hit done, the text is actually a little small. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it again and do edit. And then I'm going to add in my line breaks. So I'm going to do a break after don't, after sound, after so, and after B-roll. And that way I can actually make it bigger. So I'm going to use my 2 fingers and I'm going to make that just a little bigger. It's okay if it covers me up a little because that's really what's the important part. And I'm going to have it start at about 1.5 seconds. Because remember, you only have 3 seconds to really catch someone's attention. So you want to go ahead and do it there. And I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go for, let's say, 15 seconds. And let's just play it and see if I'm okay with that. So back to the beginning, push play. You don't like the sound of your voice, so you make B-roll videos instead. And now that I'm looking at this, this is still really long. So in fact, I'm going to move this. So again, my text is in yellow. So we're going to slide it over. I am going to cut my video here instead and delete that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it 18 seconds. Let's go ahead and cut it a little more. Your reels don't have to be forever long. Mine tend to be a little long. This video is already kind of long. I like to talk. I don't always like talking on video, which is ironic, but so we're going to make that a little bit longer. And then the last thing I'm going to do is, so now everything is gone. I can actually add a link on here now, which is really exciting. I'm not going to do that today, but I can in the future if I want to. I don't need to use closed captioning, but let's add some audio. So we'll click on that. The fun thing here is based on what's in the video, it'll try to guess of what are some good audios for you. So there's a couple here. Sometimes it'll pick things maybe you have used before. So I have some K-pop Demon Hunters on here. Let's see what this one sounds like. Let's go ahead and go with Unstoppable. So we're going to add that in there. And then I think that's pretty much everything I want to add. Oh, the last thing that I do actually want to add is a sticker. So with stickers, actually, I'm going to change my mind. I don't want a sticker. Sometimes I like doing a sticker. Yeah, I'm not loving any of these. Pardon all those pictures. My daughter was having fun with my phone this morning. All right, and then that's that. So then I hit export. It'll do all the saving. The cool thing about edits is straight from here, I can shove it to Instagram, or I can send it to Facebook, or I can download it to my phone if I want to use it somewhere else. And so that is a quick lesson on doing a reel edit in Edits. Talk to you later.